Here is question 3A, part 1. So the question is given us some information here about how many competitors participated in athletics and swimming at the 2012 Olympics, and they've split it up according to different age groups. The first thing I notice when I see this table is it doesn't have any totals. It doesn't have a total column at the end or a total row across the bottom. So that's the first thing. Before I even look at the question, that's the first thing that I'm going to go and do is complete this data table. So I'm going to take my data table, add in a total column, and add in a total row across the top and bottom. Then I'm going to work them out. So if I add up all of those numbers, so all of the different athletic age groups, so 0 plus 107 plus 715 plus 818 plus 379 plus 92 plus 8, if I add all of those up, that's going to give me a total of 2,119 competitors in athletics. And do the same kind of thing with swimming, add up all of the numbers in that row, and that's going to give me 907 swimming competitors. Then I'm going to add both of those totals up, so the 2,119 plus 907, and that's going to give me a total of 3,026, which is how many competitors we were told right at the top of the question. So then I'm going to look at how many athletes are younger than 15, and I'm going to add up both the athletics and swimming, and that gives me 6 in that younger than 15 age group. I'm then going to add up the 15 to 19-year-old age group and find 320, 20 to 24-year-old age group, 25 to 29-year-old age group. So I'm just adding up, so every row, every column has to add up. And once we do that, then we will have our final table. Okay, so that's where we've got to, is we've added up all the rows, all the columns, got our totals. Now I'm going to go back to the question. So the question asks, what's the probability a competitor chosen at random was 15 to 19 years old? So that's the particular piece we're interested in, that they were 15 to 19 years old. So that's my probability. Now, you don't need to have this notation. If you just write the answer, that's fine. But I like to write it to get you in the habit of seeing the right notation. So the 15 to 19-year-olds, well, I look at that total, and there were 320 from both athletics and swimming. There's a total of 320 competitors who were in the 15 to 19-year-old age group. So that's the first part. Then if I just go back to the question, it said, what's the probability that a competitor, it doesn't say an athletics or a swimmer, it just says a competitor. So that refers to from the entire data set. So in this case, we're referring to out of all of the 3,026 competitors. So I'm going to divide that by 3,026. If you put that into your calculator, it will simplify it for you as a fraction. So that's 160 over 1,513, or if you prefer to turn it to a decimal, and I tend to do decimals for probabilities always 4 decimal places, you need to do a minimum of 2 for the standard, but I would strongly recommend get in the habit of always doing probabilities to 4 decimal places. So there's your answer. It could either be fraction or decimal. So in terms of the marking, if you get your correct answer, then that gives you a U, an Achieve Level skill.